I'm going to take this 20-pound triple grade A beef brisket and I'm going to turn it into that. Stay tuned and I'll show you how. We got this 20-pound beautiful triple grade A beef brisket and we're going to get a nice bark on this today. And the way we're going to do it is we're going to trim this up really nice, keep it nice and smooth. We're going to put spices on it, wrap it, put it in the fridge, let it set at room temperature, and then we are going to smoke it on 220 to hit the proper temperatures, and after that we're going to cool it down right. Okay, I'm going to start trimming this beef brisket. I get this beef brisket from Costco just for the simple reason is they have multiple briskets there to choose from. So I took my time and I picked a nice smooth brisket that looked uniformed, and this way we're going to get a nicer bark because all the juices are going to flow off it and that's going to stay on it. So let's start trimming. And what we're going to do to trim is we're going to keep all the edges smooth and we're going to take the fat off the back to about around 1/4 of an inch. So let's get at it. The trimming's done. It's good enough for me anyway. I think it looks pretty good. The edges are all great. We're gonna spice this up and go from there. Okay, so we're ready to put the spices to this. So we're gonna take a tub, catch all the extra spices. And what we're gonna do is we're gonna start with salt. Lots of salt. We're going with pepper, coarse ground black pepper. We're going to rub this all over it. We're going to go with garlic powder, onion powder, and smoked paprika. And then work it in. So get it all worked in, get it on the sides good. And what we're going to do is lay that out. There's quite a bit of extra salt and pepper in there, so it went extra. So before we put it on the grill, we'll take any loose stuff off. Lay that down like that. And take this, coat it. It's a lot extra, but this is going to work nice. Okay, so we have it all wrapped up. We got the spices sealed in there. And what we're going to do is we're going to put this in the fridge wrapped up for an hour. And then we are going to take it out and we are going to let it set at room temperature on wrap for an hour. Then we're going to take the excess spices off it, leave the rest on, and we're going to smoke it. Let's get at it. Okay, in the fridge she goes. Okay, so it's been an hour. Give it a little massage. We're going to unwrap this. There was quite a bit of extra salt and pepper and some spices, so we're going to unwrap it in this. Shake the excess off. We'll let it rest around room temperature for an hour, and then we're going to put it in the smoker. While it's resting, we'll heat up the smoker. Oh, it smells good. All right, let's unwrap it. The smell. It's beautiful. All right, there you have it. It's ready. This should make for a good crust. We're gonna heat up the smoker and put it in an hour. Okay, so it's ready to go. It's been set in room temperature for an hour. I took the leftover salt and spices and I ground it up very fine. I'm going to give it just a light dusting before we put it in. Just a little extra. Going to dry it up a little bit. We're going to get a nice bark on this. All right. we are going to cook it fat side down. That's how I want to do it. Meat thermometer. These are awesome because it's late night and I'm going to probably fall asleep, and this is going to wake us up. We're going to check it when it gets to about 160, and we're gonna leave it go a little bit longer before we wrap it. I'm only gonna wrap it in butcher's paper, not tin foil, because I don't want it to hold too much of the moisture. I want to get a nice crust on this, so I'm gonna let it go. I might even let it go up to 180 or more. We're gonna see what the crust is. Gonna get a nice crust before we wrap it. So let's put this in one of the thickest parts right there. All right, so it's ready to go. Let's throw it in the smoker. Okay, so the brisket's been on for about 8 hours. We're gonna give it a light spray of apple cider vinegar. Not too much, just a little bit to keep it moist. All right, so this brisket has been smoking 9 hours. And from the Thai 4 meat thermometer, I know this is in a stall. It's just below 160. I want the bark to keep getting nice and done, so I'm gonna increase the temperature by 25 degrees. And we are not gonna wrap this yet. We're gonna leave it go to 180 and see how the bark gets. So let's do this. Okay, so the brisket's been in there for 10 hours. We turned the heat up an hour ago to 250. I'm trying to develop nice bark on this. It's coming out of its stall phase, and we're going to continue to leave this go and get bark on it. We're going to leave it go to 180 and then assess it from there. So right now what I did is I got a mixture of, and I only do this towards the end, I got a mixture of apple cider vinegar and some Worcester sauce, and we're just going to give this a little bit of a light coating. Okay, so what I did is I took the time to make a tallow, a beef tallow from the fat I cut off. I rendered it down for like 10 hours. So now what we're gonna do is we're gonna strain it. We're gonna use the coarse strainer first. Careful not to splash yourself when the meat goes in. Let that drain for a little bit. And pour that back in there. Okay, so we got this nice and clean. What we're gonna do is we got it's like a big coffee filter. I'm gonna set that in there. Better to have an even bigger one. And we're gonna pour that. We're gonna strain it. That way it's nice, clean, and we can use this when we wrap our brisket. We can use this when we wrap our brisket, just to put a bit down on the butcher paper. Keep it moist. Oh, that's nice. That's going to be nice. There you have it. Okay, so it's been 13 hours, so I'm excited to take this out and check it out. It looks like it's getting to where I want it. It's getting a nice crust. I got it up to 180, so I took it a little higher just to try to build the crust up a bit more. And we're going to wrap it up. We're going to put some tallow over it. Hard job to pronounce that, and just a light coating, and then we're going to bring it up to temperature. So let's see what it looks like and get it out of the smoker. So what we're going to do is pour a little of this over it. This one falls apart. Okay, so we're ready to wrap this. We're going to take out the meat thermometer, and we are going to take our time and wrap this. First, we're going to put a bit of beef tallow over it, just a little bit. Oh yeah, look at that. Look at that. I'm pretty happy with it. This is beautiful. There we go. That's enough. Alright. Alright, so take your time. You want to fold the creases nice, and that's how you're going to get a good a good wrap. There's no rush. Push it down and underneath there. Fold that in. And then bring that up there. I'm gonna remove these knives that I use for weights. Do that like that. Look, crease it. And do the same to the other side. Making creases every time you fold it. Alright. There's that. So the fat side is down. Hold on. There you have it. Nicely wrapped. Brisket, we're gonna get that back in, we're gonna heat that up and then take it off and cool it down. So 15 and a half long grueling hours. It's finally done. No, wait a minute. We have to cool it down still. That's okay, I'm just joking. So it is finally ready to take out. We're gonna check the temperature, which I know it's up to temperature, and then we're gonna leave this cool down to 150, and then we'll put it in the cooler. So let's get it out. 199, 98, that will heat up a bit more. It's ready to cool down. Okay, so it's cooled down enough and ready to put in the cooler. But what I'm gonna do is I am going to unwrap it and release on the top and release some of the steam, because I don't want the crust to absorb any more moisture. And then after I open it up, we're gonna just leave it open and we're gonna set it in the cooler for about, well, for 4 hours, and then we're gonna take it out and unwrap it and take a look at it. So let's slowly unwrap this. The gift I've been waiting all night for. Oh. Oh, beautiful. You know what? There's so much juice in there, I'm gonna re-wrap it. Oh, look at that. Let's just take a look at the bottom. Look at that. Okay, so we'll lay the brisket in a nice little bit we have made for it. A nice little blanket over him. Or she, he, she. There, let's close it up. See you in 4 hours. Brisket with a nice crust. Like, listen. It's a nice solid crust. I think it's going to be pretty good, and it's just, look how squishy it is. It's been cooling 5.5 hours. I'm going to make a cut right down the point and flat. So let's cut it and see what it looks like. It's like so long, but wait, it's like, take your time. So let's cut this. Got some cowboy butter there. Now let's cut a piece off this nice big beast. I could cool a bit more so you can cut it better, because it's ready to fall apart. We'll get a couple pieces here. Oh, nice. Oh, look at the juices. Nice smoke ring. Nice crust on it. Beautiful. Let me. So tasty. Definitely give it a try and see if it turns out. I'm happy with the results. Little cowboy butter. Oh, beautiful. Definitely worth it. And if you're still here, hit the subscribe button. Smash the like, and we'll do lots more of these recipes.